Welcome back to AutomoVip, the channel where we bring you the latest updates, deep dives, and honest takes on the most exciting cars in the world. If you're new here, make sure you stick around because today we're talking about a machine that redefines what it means to be a hypercar. We're diving into the 2026 SSC Tuatara, a car that's been on everyone's radar ever since SSC North America made the claim of creating the world's fastest production vehicle. We'll cover the design, the technology, the performance, the driving experience, and of course, the price, which is a figure that's as jaw-dropping as the car itself. Let's start with a bit of context. SSC North America, formerly known as Shelby Supercars, has always had one mission: to challenge the dominance of European hypercar makers like Bugatti, Koenigsegg, and now Rimac. Their story goes back to the SSC Ultimate Aero, a car that briefly held the title of the world's fastest production car in the late 2000s. But the Tuatara is their masterpiece, and for 2026, SSC has refined, improved, and pushed this beast to an even higher level. Visually, the Tuatara is unlike anything else on the road. Its design was penned with aerodynamics as the main priority. It looks like it's been sculpted by the wind itself. From the low-slung front fascia, the ultra-thin LED headlights, the teardrop-shaped cabin, to the fighter jet-inspired rear end, every curve and line has been crafted for speed. The 2026 update brings subtle refinements, improved air channeling, lighter carbon fiber elements, and sharper detailing around the intakes and diffusers. The drag coefficient sits at an incredibly low 0.279, which makes it one of the most aerodynamically efficient hypercars ever created. Inside, the Tuatara balances minimalism with futurism. SSC isn't trying to drown you in excessive luxury like Bugatti, but rather focuses on creating a cockpit that feels purpose-built. You get a central digital display that can switch between track mode and street mode, changing the way information is displayed depending on how you're driving. The steering wheel looks like something ripped straight out of a race car or even a spaceship, and the seating position is ultra-low, almost like you're lying down while driving. The 2026 version adds better materials, upgraded software for the infotainment, and improved comfort for longer journeys. Yes, this is still a hypercar, but SSC wants you to actually be able to drive it outside the track. Of course, the heart of the Tuatara is what really matters. Underneath that sculpted body sits a 5.9-litre twin-turbocharged V8 engine built by Nelson Racing Engines. It produces a mind-bending 1750 horsepower when running on E85 fuel, and around 1350 horsepower on regular 91 octane. For 2026, SSC has tuned the engine for even more stability at higher speeds and increased reliability. The result is a hypercar that can push beyond 300 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right. The Tuatara has already achieved 282.9 miles per hour in independent testing, and SSC claims that under the right conditions, it can break the 300 miles per hour barrier. The gearbox is a SEMA 7-speed automated manual transmission that shifts in less than 100 milliseconds. This setup allows lightning-quick gear changes without sacrificing driver engagement. The rear-wheel drive system might seem traditional in a world where many hypercars are going all-wheel drive or hybrid, but SSC believes that keeping things mechanical and lightweight is what gives the Tuatara its razor-sharp driving feel. And speaking of weight, the car tips the scales at just around 2,800 pounds thanks to its carbon fiber monocoque chassis and body panels. That gives it an insane power-to-weight ratio that rivals anything else in the world. Handling is equally impressive. The suspension system is fully adjustable, with a hydraulic lift for road use and a lowered track setting for ultimate performance. The steering is direct and communicative, giving the driver confidence even at extreme speeds. SSC worked closely on the aerodynamics to ensure stability in high-speed runs, and the result is a car that feels planted, not twitchy. On the track, it's set to corner with the precision of a Le Mans prototype, yet it can still cruise comfortably on the highway. Now let's talk about the experience of actually driving a Tuatara. Owners who've had the chance to push it describe it as something almost surreal. The acceleration pins you to your seat like a fighter jet launch. 0 to 60 takes just 2.5 seconds, but it's not just the number that shocks you, it's how the car keeps pulling all the way through. Most hypercars hit a wall at around 220 or 240 miles per hour, but the Tuatara just keeps going, feeling stable and composed well beyond what your mind can even process. And the sound a broken bar that twin-turbo V8 doesn't just roar, it screams with a mix of turbo whooshes and mechanical growls that make it feel alive. Of course, when we talk about hypercars, we can't ignore the price. The 2026 SSC Tuatara starts at around $2 million, but with options and customization, most builds will easily cross the $2.5 million mark. For the special track-focused variants, like the Tuatara Aggressor, the price can climb even higher. Now, $2 million might sound astronomical, but in the world of hypercars, where Bugatti and Koenigsegg often go for well over $3 or $4 million, the Tuatara almost feels like a bargain, especially considering its performance potential. But price isn't just about the car itself. When you buy a Tuatara, you're buying exclusivity. SSC is building only a handful of these machines, with production numbers limited to just over 100 units. That means every owner is entering a very elite club. On top of that, SSC offers a highly personalized experience, where buyers can customize everything from the exterior paint and interior materials to performance settings tailored to their preferences. Some might ask, why would anyone spend $2 million on a car they can't even legally push to its limits on public roads? And that's a fair question. But hypercars like the Tuatara aren't really about practicality. They're about pushing the boundaries of engineering, about creating something that stands as a milestone in automotive history. For collectors, owning a Tuatara is like owning a piece of art that also happens to be the fastest car in the world. The 2026 update shows that SSC isn't content to rest on their past achievements. They continue to refine the Tuatara, addressing criticisms, improving technology, and ensuring that their hypercar remains relevant in an era where electrification is taking over. That's another interesting point. While rivals like Rimac are going all electric and Bugatti is rumored to move towards hybridization, SSC is holding on to the purity of a combustion-powered monster. For enthusiasts who want that raw, mechanical connection, the Tuatara offers something you simply can't get from an F hypercar. At the end of the day, the SSC Tuatara is more than just a car. It's a statement. It's proof that a small American company can go toe-to-toe with the biggest names in Europe. It's a machine built on passion, obsession with speed, and the pursuit of records. The 2026 model keeps that dream alive, giving us a hypercar that feels like it belongs in a sci-fi movie but is very real. So, would you spend $2 million on the SSC Tuatara, or would you rather go for a Bugatti, a Koenigsegg, or maybe even something like a Rimac Nevera? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what you think about the world's fastest cars and whether the Tuatara deserves the crown. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 2026 SSC Tuatara and its incredible performance and price. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more content on the world's best hypercars, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to AutomoVip for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.